Good morning, good morning, good morning. Awesome, Auntie Diddy. Oh, you're a lifesaver. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we'll give everybody an opportunity to get back. How are you this morning, Auntie Diddy? I tell you what, it's still the day that the Lord has made, and I'm still rejoicing and I'm glad in it. I tell you what, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. Um, I don't know. There's some kind of glitch going on. Then Twitch wouldn't let me back in, and so I'm glad that you can hear me, and we'll allow everybody to get there. Hey, Stacy 546, I see you. I see you. I see you. I want to sing. Welcome back, Cotter. I feel like I need to sing that little song. Welcome back, welcome back. I want to welcome everybody back. Let's get everything. I'm trying to get all my screens back up here, and we're going to get ready to roll. It's good to see both of you. And I was telling Auntie Diddy, Stacy, it's still the day that the Lord has made, and we're still rejoicing and we're glad in it. So some may not come back until that 8 o'clock hour, and that's okay too. But it's awesome that you guys are just patient enough. I appreciate your patience to come back and chit chat with me on this morning. I do want to go ahead and say Happy New Year. And what I think I'll do to test out and make sure everything, that's better, Rebel. Okay, excellent, excellent. I have no clue what happened, for real, for real. But we're here, and I have no clue what got us back, but we're back. And so, I'm just not going to. I'm not going to try to figure it out. Tall Pumps is pumping tall. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. I'm glad you can hear and it's loud and clear. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. So listen, I told everyone around 8 o'clock we tried to see if we could get back by 8. So we're here, and we're here about 15 minutes even earlier than I thought. Good morning, Angel Eyes 2005 is in the room. Good morning to you, sis. I appreciate you. We've had technical difficulties this morning, and it took us all this time to get up and running. So you're walking in, and folks are regrouping and regathering because I was unable to get this party going. And so here we are. We're giving everybody an opportunity to regroup and come back. In the meantime, as people are gathering, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to just run some of our promos, and hopefully that'll bring us up to the 8 o'clock hour. If you just be patient with us just a few more moments, and go ahead and watch the promos today. And I've got some good news on the horizon I want to talk about, and then we'll get into our stream for the day.
Yeah. Uh-huh. 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 Yeah. Uh-huh. 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 Yeah.
Well, folks, that's going to bring us right up to the 8 o'clock hour, just a few minutes earlier then. But I appreciate you. Oh, my goodness. You guys don't know how much I appreciate you. And thank you for your patience and thank you for your diligence in coming back. Now, I'm not going to belabor the time because I really wanted to kind of go through and make sure all of my systems were working too. So there was a method to my madness there as well. And in letting those promos roll so I can make sure that all my little systems and everything are working here. So it looks like we're back up, and this is one thing as we start the new year. Let's say Happy New Year to everybody. I appreciate you for coming in and again being so patient and allowing me to get whatever was going, and I can't tell you what was going on. It corrected itself, I guess. I don't know. But nonetheless, we're here, we're rolling, and as we come in, I wanted to really roll that one promo about the Institute for Higher Consciousness. That is something that God has given me, and it's all material that I've put together. It's going to be a culmination of many years of study, many years of this journey. And I'm just inviting people that want to move to another dimension, another level, or you may already be there and you may just be wanting to polish where you are and expand a little bit further. I want you, yes, Crazy Berrytown, we are back. We are back. We are back. So I tell you what, you just can't keep Spiritual Thought Leader and the Lion's Den down. You just can't do it. And I love the tenacity even of each of you. Some of y'all, we went 3-4 times and couldn't get in here, but I appreciate you all for your patience. But as I said, this February I will be launching the Institute for Higher Consciousness. I want you to understand this. It's not any particular faith tradition in orientation. It is just for spiritual beings, folks that are spiritual, folks that want to grow, folks. And again, my core belief is going to revolve around boss energy. I am at the phase and place in my life where I'm realizing, even for myself, I'm excited to be in a place where I feel empowered. And as my dad used to say back in the day, there was a phrase that he would use a lot of times, almost every time he would preach. And as he would draw to a conclusion, he would often refer to this concept and idea that, so many people are living beneath their privilege. And I'm beginning to realize more and more as I walk and as I journey every day, there are so many of us that are living beneath our privilege. And the privilege is that we are to be above and not beneath, the head and not the tail. The lender and not the borrower. You can go out to Deuteronomy 28, pull all of that out of there and then some. God intends for us to be able to operate at the absolute premium of our existence. And so this is something that if you are really an action person, an action taker for people that are ready to act right now, because it's happening. Royal Confessions was in here earlier. It's happening right now. We're not talking about yesterday. We're not talking about what's going to happen tomorrow and going to be this and right now. There's so much that's going on right now. And I want you all to feel that for your personal lives, because I'm telling you, this is the truth. It's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Dr. Conrad said the truth will come out. So I want you to embrace the new you. It's a new year and a new you. There are so many things that are happening and things that today I was excited. I don't know if you all saw Maya Angelou, I believe it is, has been given. Let me go and pull this story out. I loved it when I saw it. She is going to be minted and printed on the quarter, if anybody didn't see that. When I read that early this morning, something down in my shando got excited, because I said, you know what, as we see, we're even in the span and place where it doesn't matter about, I'm not going to say doesn't matter, but even though we as Black people and people of color have been largely left out in the past from many of these ideas of being on a stamp, the idea of being on a coin, the idea of being on a dollar, the idea of being in some of these significant places of remembrances and being utilized, having statues and memorials and all kinds of things that begin to really speak to the contribution that we have given to this country from its inception. And I always like to talk about Crispus Attucks. I crack up because when I was working at the city, I was over the Black History Month. And so I wrote our mayor's speech, and he got up and read it. And I could have went through the floor when I began to talk about in the speech how Crispus Attucks had given his life, the first one in the war, and a man of color, a Black man that lost his life for the liberty of this country. And I was absolutely positively mortified as he was reading the speech that I wrote for him. And he said, well, let's remember Crispus Attucks. Let us remember Crispus Attucks. And I was like, sir, Mr. Mayor, did I need to pull you to the side and give you some information? Listen, Rebel, I was mortified, but all the Black folk in the auditorium, you could hear this little underbelly of laughter going on. The man was clueless. He was clueless, Stacy. Crispus Attucks. Let us remember Crispus Attucks. And so, I'm excited because at the end of the day, there's finally a level of appreciation and acknowledgement. Can I just use the word acknowledgement that's happening in the country? And there's going to be more of it, folks. There's going to be more. It's happening, and all of it speaks to that. But when I saw the quarter and I saw even the design that they had for the quarter, I said, somebody really put some thought into that, and I was very, very happy. I cannot tell you. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. I was happy when I saw that Maya Angelou was actually being represented, and I love it. Now, along that same line, and I'm not going to go through all the stories that I had today. I'm going to just kind of chat through a couple of them. But I think many of you have been seeing as well that in actuality, they've decided to take Ida B. Wells and make a new Barbie doll representative off of that. So I don't know if you all were aware of even how, as we look at the different toy companies, and yes, this is the thing though. This is the thing, and y'all can talk to me over here in the chat. A lot of people of color and black folks have started making dolls that look like us, you know, as we've been left out for just forever, even though our marketing dollars have been some of the hugest marketing dollars out there. We've just largely been omitted as if we didn't exist. And to have dolls that look like us, have dolls that little girls could look at and say, oh, she looks like me. And even the features, you know, because if they did give us a little bit of hue in the doll, it was still going to look like Barbie, just with some brown on it. So to begin to have features that look like us, for black people to begin to take up the idea, listen, let's make our dolls so that our daughters and our sons can appreciate the hair, the curliness of the hair, the waviness, the textures. The nose doesn't have to be pointy. You know, the y'all know we got lips, hips, and fingertips. Can we make dolls that actually look like us? And so I appreciate that we have come out and started saying, listen, you don't have to celebrate us, we'll celebrate ourselves. But in the process of so doing, it has definitely sparked and really evoked the idea that, hey, maybe we need to do something a little bit differently here. So Ida B. Wells, and for the trailblazer that she was as an activist and as an author and a writer and a provoker of the minds, hey, I love the idea that they've come out and said, we're going to go ahead and make a doll as well. And I think now, if I just keep it real, I think they saw marketing dollars going out the window. I'm just saying. I think they saw marketing dollars going out the window and said, hey, we got to get a piece of this market. So listen, let's not make a brown doll that still looks like a brown Barbie. Let's go ahead and make a doll that actually looks like a black person and a black woman. And they've chosen Ida B. Wells. And so Barbie is to release that here, and that's one of the stories that came out this morning. But I would love the day that we're not just market share. I would love the day that we do it because, listen, representation. So at the end of the day, as I said, it's not even for me just going to be a matter of, I want representation of black people. I want representation of LGBTQIAP. I want representation of small people, you know, because there are small people in the land. Everybody is not, you know, 5 foot tall and whatever. And I think the small people need a representation as well, other than, you know, we create things that are kind of clownish, if I can say that, but to actually create small people that are actually people. I want to see every other ethnicity and nationality. Let's start bringing a level of diversity to the country that represents the melting pot that the United States of America is. Everybody's up in this piece. And so, Barbie, thank you for honoring and recognizing Ida B. Wells. Let's have more of this. Let's have more of representation of all people. And so, you know, but I do want to stop and appreciate Barbie for releasing this, and I'm happy that they're doing it. Now, I'm looking and I'm gonna go a few places here today. That was one of the stories that came out. I was very happy as well. The very first black sculptor is also being acknowledged and honored on the United States Post Office. So at this point, Bearded Baritone, good morning to you. And I didn't stop and say good morning to everybody. Everything was so off this morning, but y'all know I love you. MCP 812, Crazy Berrytown. BTD mom, I appreciate you. Everybody that came back, Auntie Diddy, she was here in Perch. Angel Eyes, I see you. Man, I appreciate you. Shelly Thunder is actually the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair on today. But everything was so thrown off, Shelly. Thank you to my moderators. Thank you, Stacy 546. Everybody, I appreciate you for being here. And Redbone was here earlier at the very onset, but I think after we had so much difficulty, didn't make it back. But I do want to acknowledge the presence, and that was a first timer. So definitely want to acknowledge Redbone and give some love the next time they make it back to the stream. But good morning, Tall Pumps is in here, everybody. I'm looking and I'm again saying this is a season and a time of acknowledgement. And I'm glad that the acknowledgement is there. The Postal Service is honoring the first Black sculptor with a stamp, and it's called the Forever Stamp. So I'm like, again, we're finally, as we see it, it's happening, y'all. It's happening. And I want you to really kind of take note of what is happening and include yourself in that. I also wanted to bring up today in the headlines was Rachel Rollins, who is now becoming the first Black woman appointed as a U.S. attorney, general attorney in Massachusetts. And so I'm looking, and then the other thing I want to highlight as well, and I know I got beautiful souls in here like Truck Driver, but I appreciate all the brothers that come in. But do you understand? I told y'all we're going to see the women that have been at the absolute bottom. Bearded Baritone, man, he did a strip over there for Mike City on yesterday. Man, if y'all missed Mike City's stream yesterday, that stream was fire. But you know, as I look at the brothers in here, and no shade on the brothers at all, but I'm so excited that Black women are getting their opportunity to shine, because from day one and throughout the existence of humanity, the Black woman has been powerfully influencing the energy that's in the world, but yet and still in a lot of ways have actually been pushed down to the bottom of the totem pole. So as we see the elevation, I'm really excited about that. And I don't know about you, but I'm excited as I'm looking at all of these different stories. Congratulations to Rachel Rollins. And come on, I'm gonna give her just a little bit of cheer here on the day. Yeah. I love the idea that we are finally getting some recognition, and I'm happy about that. So to all of these different stories that speak to that, particularly for women of color, I'm so excited. Now, on the brother side, I'm glad because listen, Dwayne Wade done went out here and bought him a major soccer team, a major league soccer team. And this is another area where I'm excited and I'm happy because as the team members have been screaming for some time in the Black community, we need to have ownership and we need to be, hey, Mike City, Mike City. Yeah, that's my guy, y'all. That's my guy. I was just talking about how your stream yesterday, if y'all not following Mike City, y'all want to follow Mike City. That stream you had yesterday was off the chain. Crazy Berrytown is also, I'm so glad for my sister. She's also a streamer in here. If you're not following Crazy Berrytown, please follow her. And as you know, even on the Friday, 12 o'clock noon, she's doing a phenomenal job along with Kim Possible 711, who was here earlier. And I think she's on vacation, but she was here earlier, but we lost her somewhere in the transition. But follow them Friday, 12 noon. Good grief will bless your whole life. Doing a marvelous job, as well as the Rebel Inc. Now, listen, that Mike City, listen, I got saved at your church, Mike City. I got saved at your church when the preacher came out and started preaching. And when the folks started coming forth and speaking, Crazy Berrytown. Yeah, guys, I got saved. I got saved. And then listen, not only did I get saved at Mike City's church, I joined the church. When the doors of the church were open, I walked in. Yes, I did. I walked in. When the doors of the church opened up, something down in my shando said, you better get up, get your lips, hips, and your fingertips and go on down the aisle. Listen, Pastor, he was a whole situation, Crazy Berrytown. Rebel said she got high at that church. Listen, listen, high in the spirit. She meant high in the spirit. That's what she meant. She meant she got high in the spirit. Everything was going on at that church. We had every manner of person. Everything was going on up in that church. Your guts are hurting from laughing so hard because Crazy Berrytown, Mike City, know he clowned on yesterday. He just pure D clowned on yesterday. There was a cloud of glory. Tom Pump said, puff, puff, pass. That church is in the righteous and ratchet jurisdiction, which is led by the galactic supervisor, the Rebel Inc. So listen, the church is growing and the doors of the church are open. There's clouds of glory. And now I just want to know what y'all baptizing in over there. Because listen, Auntie Diddy, let me tell you, Auntie Diddy, they cut up in that church yesterday. They cut up Auntie Diddy. And I looked and I saw all that was going on. And I said, I believe I'm going to join this church. Y'all remember that one of my favorite videos was the little boy that they and I've learned this, and I tell preachers this all the time. If you don't know what's getting ready to come out of somebody's mouth, don't give them the mic. And I think one of my favorite videos is the little boy that I think they had put him up there to maybe say, you baptize in the not in thought juice. Lord Jesus, is this how we starting the year in the lion's den? He said baptized in thought juice. Listen, at the end of the day, the little boy, he got up there. Listen, Mike City, it's all you. This is what you did. This is what you brought to the city. This is the energy that you brought in the city, Mike City, and it done spilled over into the lion's den. That little boy got that microphone and he looked at them people with a deadpan face like he was just absolutely over it. And what did he say on the mic? I'm sick of this church. And he handed the mic back and went and sat down. Ooh, I tell you what, you won't get sick at Mike City's church. Because listen, this church is lit. It's out of maybe gin and juice. Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord. I'm telling you, it's a whole lot of people going to join that church, Mike. I see it. You're growing by leaps and bounds even right now. Oh, somebody said baptize in mimosas. Oh, Lord Jesus. Y'all silly. Y'all are silly. Colt 45. Now, see, all of y'all telling me what you drinking on. Your confession. This is where's Royal Confessions when I need her? This is confessing time going on up in here. Because listen, y'all done named off everything that y'all want to drink this morning. And I see you. So listen, y'all too much. But at the end of the day, Mike City, I want you all to follow him. God has great things, and I am serious about this. God has great things in store for this brother because his heart is right. His heart is pure. You reinvent and move with boss energy. That's how you do it, sir. Boss energy. That's the way you got to roll. Now, I want us to look and identify. BTD mom done broke out the wine glasses. I'm not, listen, Stella done came up in the room. We got mimosas in here. We got Stella. We got Colt 45. We got thought juices. We got everything in this room. Lord Jesus. Y'all know y'all doing, you missed the truck driver. That service yesterday was lit. That's all I can tell you. That service was lit. And Mike City, this is, and I'm going to speak to that. You were scared to do it, but this is the thing, and I wasn't planning to come here, but you done changed my whole trajectory. That's why I love having the conversation with the lions in the lion's den. Now, not to so much get into the whole element of the Institute for Higher Consciousness. Again, I'll be launching that in February. I'll be launching that. I believe that first Saturday is February the 5th. So I'll be talking about that more later, but that's not really where I'm going here. But you jogged my thought process. I want y'all to hear something. And they are splashing. Splish splash, I was taking a bath. Y'all out of control. Lady T, come on in here, because these folk are off the chains this morning. They are literally off the chain. These are not drunk as you suppose, but this is that from those that went to Mike City's church service on yesterday. I just want you to know. Now, I do want to say this, and so this is going to be, since I'm already at 8:21, this is something that I want you all to hear and hear me well. This is an area that I'll be dealing with in the Institute, but while we're here, let's talk about that. I was scared to do it. And Mike City, I love you because you're always transparent. If y'all notice the people that I'm really drawn to, they're transparent, they're real, they're very genuine. They just put it out there. There's no trying to figure it out, and they just have good energy. I want to talk to you, and this isn't even what I thought I was going to talk about today, but since I'm here, let's go here. As Mike City made that statement that he was scared to do it, but it was, I'm telling you, Mike, I loved it. Part of the time I couldn't participate because I was driving. Part of the time I was in a meeting. Part of the time I was doing something else, but I still had you rolling. And Uncle Diddy, this brother is a streamer, and I want y'all to follow him. Good morning, beautiful, beautiful brother that you are. Blessings to you too. But I want you to hear this. And if you're not following Uncle Diddy, please follow him. He is just all that in a bag of chips. You will enjoy his whole entire stream. I promise you. He's a gamer, but he also does other things in there. And if you want that Monday morning prayer, he'll pray for you too. You didn't want to offend anyone, and you didn't know how it would be received. And just keep talking, Mike, because you're giving me points. You're giving me all kinds of points. I want you all to understand, and I've been talking and what I'm focused in on boss energy and the boss energy path. Everything is energy, folks. Everything is energy. And energy is influenced by creativity. Energy is influenced by creativity. So let's go back to this concept. Let's go back to this idea, even from the very beginning, for those that are really, really locked into the idea of everything has to have some kind of scriptural premise or whatever for me to receive it. And, and I hope that some of you guys will open up even broader than that. But even from that premise, when God spoke, God said, let there be, and that energy, that's what moved the energy to create. That creative word made it happen. I want you to understand that you are going to start seeing things, and I might as well go ahead and y'all might as well take this as a prophecy on the lion's den. For anybody that's here, you're here for a reason. You're not here by accident. So I could go by and one by one, name by name, everybody that's in the chat. For those that are not in the chat, but you're just auditing and listening, I want you to hear what I'm saying, because this word is for you. I want you to understand that come on and sit in the corner and sip on your mimosa. I ain't mad at you. You got to get an Uber to get over to Betty's. I love you. You have a great day, Stacy. And this word is still for you. I'm going to speak it into the atmosphere, and you get it later on. and continue to create. This Stacy 546, for those that don't know, is actually an author. She has authored books, and so you're creative in that area as well as things to come. I want you to just get all attached to it, because it's going to make all the difference in the world. Now listen, Crazy Berrytown asking for excuse me, can you pour me one too? Good morning, Barbara Hardy. That's my friend, that's my girl. Happy New Year to you. That's my these are they sister. I just love you, love you, love you. So this is what 2022 is the year of no fear. Come on, Auntie Diddy. 2022 is the year of no fear. Michelle Brownell is in the house. I love you, girl. Come on in here, because I'm getting ready to share this word. Now, this is where I want you all to operate from, this energy right here. I said earlier, when it took us an hour to get on, it took us nearly an hour to get on with the complications that popped up. Now, this is the difference between me in 2022 and me beforehand. When I would have come in here and the studio would have gone crazy, all my energy would have been bouncing all over the place. I would have had just all over the place. And this is the place of anchoring. And that's one of the things, that's one of the core concepts in what we're going to be dealing with in coming into your boss energy. You got to get anchored. And that anchoring is a process. It is a process. But this is what happens. The difference between me a year ago, when I'll even say a month ago, 6 months ago, I would have been bouncing all over the place because, oh my God, I went in there in the studio, was acting like I was treating it like side piece. Oh my God, I just would have been, when I tell you this morning that there was absolutely no, there was no issue with my energy. Because you know why? Because boss energy is that place where it doesn't matter what kinds of distractions, what kinds of challenges, what kinds of detours. I've learned how to pivot, and boss energy knows how to pivot. So as I said, okay, so we're going to figure out. Good morning, Shelly Thunder. I see you, sis. Come on in. And you were the winner of Grandpa Holmes's chair. So this is the thing that I want you all to get down in your shando. Mike City, I want you to hear me, because man, this is your year, this is your time, and everybody. But you know, God has people that he gives me direct connections to. And many of you in here, I feel that direct connection to you. I love everybody, and then nobody is not important. But there's some folk that it's just like they my children. And I want you to hear, boss energy knows how to pivot. And when you have to pivot, get to a place in your space where you're so sure about your boss energy. You're so sure about what it is that you've been given and the fact that it's going to come to fruition. You're so sure about it that it does not cause your energy to dissipate. It doesn't allow your mindset to go to another place. It doesn't allow you to get into a state where it's like, oh my goodness, a paralysis has come over me because, this is happening. There's no sound in my studio today. And I mean, I can remember I would have been like, we got folks that had never been in the stream before that came today. And all of a sudden I'm trying to stream and I'm talking about real stuff that goes through the mind. And it's like, okay, because boss energy understands how to pivot. Okay, we're going to go away. We're going to come back when we get it going. At the point that we get it going, hey, we're going to flow with it. And whoever's here is designed to be here by divine assignment and divine appointment. Because I've come to a point where I'm really insistent that I'm going to walk out the reality. I'm not a natural being having a spiritual experience. I'm a spiritual being having a natural experience. I'm going to walk that thing out with boss energy. So because I know that I am that spiritual being and my spirit came here on assignment, and my assignment is going to be completed. My assignment is powerful. My assignment is necessary. My assignment is essential. And when I begin to look at my assignment and understand my existence from the perspective that I'm a spiritual being having a natural experience, my assignment will be completed with boss energy and I will not be intimidated. No, I don't have a spirit of fear. I have power. I have love. I have a sound mind. So even when I need to pivot, are things going to come that are going to make me have to pivot? Absolutely. But listen, my boss energy knows how to pivot and not allow my feathers to get ruffled because I know who I am. I understand my assignment. I'm not worried about whether or not I'm going to be able to handle it or not. Am I talking to anybody this morning? I want you to understand yourself from the standpoint and position. I'm a spiritual being having a natural experience, and I come with assignment into this earth realm with boss energy. And the thing that makes it happen is for me to stay in my boss energy. And what changes and what allows energy to be impacted is my creativity. So Mike City, when you got to that place of creativity and you begin to create something, and yes, I understand your concern. I don't want to upset people. I don't want to offend. I don't want you. And I'm just saying there's so many things that we go through in our minds, and each of us have our own space and our own place. For me, it's always about money. I don't want to do something where people can't afford it. I don't want to this, and I don't want to leave anybody out. And I'm doing all of this, and I'm steadily, just giving the energy that God gave me to put into the atmosphere. I'm giving it away. I'm discounting it. I'm doing everything that is really sabotaging and self-sabotaging. But then when you come to a place, and all of us do it, whatever it is that we do it with and why and the for, you know your own area. But I'm telling you, as we come into 2022, you cannot continue to operate from that place of questioning, because ultimately, I want, and yes, I understand questions come. So this isn't a beat down, but what I want you to do is to take that boss energy that understands I'm a spiritual being just having a natural experience, and God has given me creativity, because it's creativity that actually changes energy and moves and shifts energy in this realm. So think about it. Every time when the internet came, when World Wide Web came, when just go down through your mind, when this came, when that came, it changes the whole atmosphere, because creativity is what shifts and moves the atmosphere's energy. When God said, let there be, and he created this. When God said, let there be, and he created that. When God said, let there be, and he created the other. That creativity is what was releasing and shifting and moving the atmosphere. And I want you to understand that energy that needs to be moved. So many times, even in this time, I was like, man, even with the civil rights movement, and listen, I'm not knocking anything. But listen, somebody came out and they created an idea. Let's get kids and let's put the kids out here and let's let the kids march. We're marching, but let's let the kids march. And somebody came up with ideas that were different from what they had seen before. And when they saw the creative mind that said, let's get the children involved, or let's do this, then that's what shifts the atmosphere. And this is what happens to us. Now we're still marching and we're still doing all this stuff, but it's time for somebody to come up with a creative idea, because guess what? The energy's not moving anymore from that. The energy is already saturated with that. Am I talking to anybody? The energy is already comfortable and complacent with that. The only way you're going to shift and move that energy, some creative is going to have to come up with another creative idea, because it's the creativity that shifts the energy. Am I talking to anybody? So I want you to understand, as we come on, be a great king. As you understand who you are, show them who you are, T'Challa. Show them who you are. I need you to embrace the fullness of your boss energy. And with that, yes, I'm coming up with something that people haven't seen before. I'm coming up with something people haven't done before. Or maybe they've done it before, but they haven't done it this way. I'm saying turn it on its ear and let's do it this way. And that creative energy, it begins to shift the energy to make things happen in what was formerly stuck. Now it starts moving forward. Some of it's going to be thrust in a trajectory so fast, it's going to be like a spaceship launching off. Some of y'all about to launch like spaceships. Crazy Berrytown, you're getting ready to launch like a spaceship. The Rebel Inc., Uncle Diddy, listen, all of y'all in here, you're getting ready to launch like a spaceship. Mike City, Mike City, you're getting ready to launch like a spaceship. And then even those of you that are not streamers, everybody's not called to stream, but I want you to understand, in your respective places, you're getting ready to launch like a spaceship because your creativity, and this is something that I want y'all to understand. When you create, you become more creative. When you create, when God said, I am creating man in my image, y'all tried to give it a nose, 2 ears, 2 eyes. Listen, if God's got an eyeball, how big is it? If God's got a nose, how big listen, God is a spirit. So when I talk about how I'm created in God's image, that is the creative forces. When the word says, I create the fruit of your lips, when you speak it, when you think it, and you become creators and co-creators, that's the image of God that we're created in. And when you are not free to operate in that creativity that God gave you, why am I so different from everybody else? Why do I see it so differently from everybody else? Why do I understand it so differently from everybody else? Because you are that unique creator, and you are designed to create something different. And when you create something different, you are actually infusing the atmosphere with the creative energy that God has given you to make the change and the shift that needs to happen in the earth realm. When you don't operate in your creativity, then you begin to find you become less and less creative, and you become less and less where your mind is just spurred, and you're thinking about all these different things, and that's where you start getting bottled up. That's where you start getting bogged down. That's where you start getting depressed. That's where you start getting sick. Can I tell you, when you're not able to release all of that God has given you, it will actually start seeming to turn on your physical body, because that creative energy needs to be released, and it's just surging and running through your body. It's running through your mind. It's running through your thoughts. It's running through your being, and it wants to be released. But because you're intimidated to move in your boss energy, because you don't know how people are going to receive it, you don't know if people are going to understand it. Who cares if they don't understand? Baby, release that boss energy, because it's for somebody else. It may not be for that person. It may be for the next person, but they're waiting on you. Am I talking to anybody? They're waiting on you. And so this season and this time right now, y'all, I'm trying to tell you, we have been set up. We have literally been set up to come out with boss energy to make the difference. When I say this pride, Pride, this Pride Alliance is relentless, and you're going to hear us roar. And what is the roar? The creativity that we come with, the different angle that we come with, the different callings that we come with, the different way we do it that we come with. Listen, y'all, I'm telling you, I look at you and I experience your energy. I see and feel your vibes, and I know by the Spirit how creative you are and what God has to bring into the earth realm through you. Yes, I said it. Yes, you. Through you. Stop looking at your brother. Stop looking at your sister. Stop looking at your neighbor. I'm talking about what is ready to come forth through you. But it's a place of what can be at times discomfort. Because yes, you do have that if you get in that natural being that's trying to have a spiritual experience instead of a spiritual being that's having a natural experience in boss energy, you will start to question, what if they don't like me? What if they don't accept me? What if they reject? What if not? No. I need you to get the perspective correct. You are a spiritual being having a natural experience in boss energy. Am I talking to anybody? Come through, truck driver. I'm talking to you. I need you to get the perspective. I am a spiritual being having a natural experience in boss energy. Not just having an experience, but I'm having an experience in boss energy. Thank you for sharing the stream, Shelly Thunder. I'm having this experience in boss. Don't just have an experience, have the experience in boss energy. Come through. I'm walking through this door like my ancestors opened it for me because they did. And who is your ultimate ancestor? God. God has opened before you. Listen, opening a door that nobody can shut and shutting doors that nobody can open to prepare a path for you. Thank you, Uncle Diddy, for hosting the stream. To prepare a path for you to come through with the boss energy that he gave you from the foundation of the world when he thought of Crazy Berry Town, from the foundation of the world when he thought of Uncle Diddy, from the foundation of the world when he thought of Mike City, the Rebel Inc., MCP 812, when God thought of you. Am I talking to anybody? Lady T, when God thought of you, he thought of you with boss energy. Am I talking to anybody? Thought of you with boss energy. I need you to hear that. So that at the end of the day, beloved, listen, I need you to put the scepter on, straighten that crown on your head, grab that scepter into your hand, put on your royal robe. Yes, that's Royal Confessions, royalty. Put on your royal robe. Come through Royal Confessions. Put on your royal robe. Ascend to your throne and come through with your boss energy. And how are you going to impact the world? By your creativity. What you have, it's yours and nobody else can replicate it. Nobody else can duplicate it. Nobody else can imitate it. And so I want you to understand, we need your flavor up in this mix. I need you to come out in the fullness of your boss energy. Yes, you. Yes, you. Yes, you. I need you to come out with your boss energy. And listen, there are going to be those that are not going to get it. And so what? There are going to be those that are not going to like it. And so what? There are those that are going to be mad about it. And so what? What is that to me? What is that to you? They just ain't your people. I ain't gonna get mad. We not gonna scrap up in this piece. At the end of the day, I'm talking to who I'm talking to. I'm reaching who I'm reaching. I'm changing the atmosphere to folk that can receive it. But if you're not the one, okay. And that's how I need you to be positioned in your mind. When you come in your studio and your studio wants to act like side piece, and I'm saying this as an allegory, you come in and your studio wants to act like side piece, you don't give up and quit. Oh, we gonna step away and have station identification for just a second, but we coming back. And guess what? Not only are we coming back better, we coming back stronger. Come through. We're coming through more fierce. Am I talking to anybody? So that I'm not intimidated when I have to pivot. When I have to pivot, I just pivot. And even as I said on Sunday, when we talk about sin, which is an archery term, which literally means to miss the mark. So what if I missed the mark? Shoot another arrow. I shot that arrow and missed. Shoot another one. Why y'all gotta make it such a big, drawn out, traumatic? Listen, you missed with that arrow. Shoot another one. You got another arrow in your quiver. Get up and do it again and make your liver quiver. Shoot another one. Am I talking to anybody? But I don't have a mindset of defeat. I don't have a mindset of fear. I don't have a mindset of intimidation. I don't have a mindset that says anything other than I'm a winner. Am I talking to you? So I want us to understand that this season and time that we're in, where it's happening because we're happening. It's happening because you're happening, Mike City. It's happening because you're happening, Crazy Berry Town. It's happening, and I can just go down. And again, I can go down the list, but I'm telling you, there is that word, I want truck driver. It's happening because you're happening. To my kings and my queens, you're happening. It's a new day. Don't get frustrated. Don't get flustered. Don't get off balance. Am I talking to you? Because your creativity, your creative genius that makes you who you are and uniquely you, it was given to you for a purpose. Oh, it's happening, Michelle. It's happening. It was given to you for a purpose. Listen, my spirit said pay very close attention, because even as different, everybody comes with different makeups, different characters, different personalities. And the spirit said to me, and I've given you all of them to deal with people, all personalities, all traits, all characteristics. I've been given a key to open every door. There's no place that I'm excluded from. I got a pass key that is unrestricted. I don't have a restricted area. Listen, the spirit is like, I'm gonna let you go everywhere, into every space, into every nook, into every cranny. And you've got boss energy for every space. Am I talking to anybody? And that's not, listen, according to how you can believe it and receive it. Some of y'all still feel like, well, I can do this, but I can't do that. And I can go there, but I can't go here. And I ain't talking about carnal stuff. I'm talking about, I hope y'all understand, I'm talking in the spirit here. I want you to understand, I'm talking about boss energy here. I'm not talking about this little mamby-pamby made up stuff that folk get all twisted about. When you understand your assignment, it's unrestricted. Now, I know mine is, maybe yours is not. I'm not going to tell. Mine is unrestricted. As we move into this place of doing, that is more than enough support. Come on. I love y'all supporting on Truck Driver over here. I love this that's happening in the Lions Den, because that's how y'all do it in here. That's how, and the Lions Den, I love it because it's different than, I enjoy every place. But listen, I love what y'all do in the Lions Den. It's different. I love what y'all do in the Rebels house. It's different. I love what y'all do in the city with Mike City. It's different. Uncle Diddy is different. Why are you different, Crazy Berry Town? Because God has given us a totally different energy to release into the atmosphere. Am I talking to anybody? So when people walk in, they sense the difference. When people log in, they sense the difference. Am I talking to anybody? And it's not because, listen, this is not coming from a space of competition, because if you're still in a competitive mindset, you are missing boss energy. Boss energy does not need to compete. Did anybody hear what I'm saying? Boss energy does not need to compete, will not compete, does not compete. Boss energy builds and encourages. Am I talking to anybody? So as we come to a point of understanding, yes, Mike, I appreciate that you had something new, something different, something outside of the box. Don't worry about who's going to get with it and who's not. Because the ones that can't, they're not for you, man. But there's many more for you than are not. I can guarantee you that. So as we embrace the fullness of this energy that recognizes when challenges come, and they will come, I will not be intimidated. I will not move in fear. I will not cower down. I will not back up. I will not throw in the towel. I'm going to keep it 100 and pivot. Pivot your way into paradise. Am I talking to anybody? Pivot your way into paradise. But at the end of the day, you're not going to ruffle my feathers, because I am a spiritual being having a natural experience in boss energy. Come through. Shelby Nicole Cosplay, there's my girl, there's my streamer. If you're not following her and if you're not buying product from her, y'all need to check her out. You always feel like the word is for you. Come on, it is for you, Shelby. It is for you. It is for you. This is happening for and through all of us. Thank you so much for hosting Tall Pumps. That's my girl. It's happening for all of us. All of us are bringing something to the table. Listen, I posted up yesterday, the little girl, and she said, you asked me, what am I bringing to the table? I am the table. Boss energy. You asked me, that little girl, she cracked me up. You asked me, what am I bringing to the table? I am the table. And some of you need to understand the reality and the truthfulness for yourselves. You are allowing people to challenge you and sell you wolf tickets about who do you think you are? What do you bring to the table? I am the table. And some of y'all know, when you go into that business meeting, you are the table. When you go into the family, you are the table. When you go into various situations, you are the table. Woo. Am I talking to anybody? And this is the place and time. And again, I'm just going to say it for those that might be your first time in here and don't know where I'm coming from. But there's a far difference between arrogance and boss energy. And listen, I want you to understand, if a person is in arrogance, they are in employee energy, not boss energy. Because when you know that you are boss energy, you ain't got to be arrogant and lifted up about anything. You just know what you know. You can be in the room and know, I'm the boss up in here. I'm the one that's going. But at the end of the day, while you got employees trying to flex and trying to front, come through, King Coogee. That is my God. Thank you so much for the resub. And if you're not following King Coogee, please, please, please follow him and subscribe. That's my sire. I love you, man. But listen, I'm not talking about arrogance. Arrogance comes from little kids that want to act like they're men and women. That's what arrogance. Anytime you see and smell the funk of arrogance, you know those are little people trying to act like they're big. Small people trying to act like they're large. But boss energy is not a pretense. I own this joint. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't have to ask anyone. All of this right here. And even when I was in a place of meditation some time back, and I heard down in my spirit, how you carry yourself shows others who you are. You don't have to say a word, King Coogee. Come through with that. Thank you for subscribing, Auntie Diddy. I appreciate you, sis. You don't have to open your mouth and say a word. It will speak for itself when you really are moving in boss energy. As I said, for many of you that I don't know, I want you to understand. Come through, Tall Pumps. I want you to understand this. You are that, oh my goodness, hype. Thank you so much, y'all. Y'all didn't have to do it, but you did. But I'm trying to tell you, I want you to comprehend it. I want you to walk in it. I want you to manifest it. You are a spiritual being having a natural experience in boss energy. Don't you sell yourself short. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And be the creative that you've been called to be. Now, even with that, I want to say this. Thank you so much for the biddies. I appreciate everybody. I want to say this, and I want you to really get what I'm saying, because listen, I had to allow the spirit to deal with me in the area, because I'm gonna tell you what. I'm getting ready to say something that some folk might get mad about. Y'all go run and tell them I said, I ain't never seen so much biting in all my life as I've seen on Twitch. Yeah, Twitch is some of the most, listen, Twitch is the most biting place out there. And I love Twitch. But listen, if you ever want to see folk bite, honey, come on Twitch. They just be biting. You can see your whole entire stream rebroadcast on somebody else's stream. Y'all ain't ready for me. Y'all ain't ready for me. You can see your whole entire broadcast rebroadcast on somebody else's stream. Now, that being said, I'm telling facts, Shelly Thunder. Y'all listen, you know how I do it. No cream, no sugar. I take this coffee strong and black because I tells it like it T-I-Z-tis. I tells it like a T-I-Z-T. I love everybody, but at the end of the day, the saints be biting over here on Twitter. I said, I ain't there. Listen, one reason done come out of the lurking. That's my guy, the Bishop of Twitch. One reason I'm so glad to see you, sir. You here. The whole stream, Rebel. They'll rebroadcast your whole stream on their stream, Rebel. I tell what God loves, and that's the truth. Now, let me... Mike City, I'm telling the truth. Tall Pumps, I'm telling the truth. It's the truth. Michelle, I'm telling the truth. Angel Eyes, Shelby Nicole, y'all know every piece of it. Shelly Thunder, they'll get every piece of it down to the last drop. They'll get every piece. Now, let me tell you what, though. I want y'all to understand this, and I need to say this because I got creatives, I got creators in this room. Come on, Mike City, and you just got me right there. Because listen, bite off of it if you want to, because you're gonna create something new, because you're moving in boss energy. So let me can I clear this up for everybody? Because sometimes, if you're not careful, when you see yourself in your stream replicated, it can create some kind of energy that's not boss energy. Now, I just want y'all to flow with me right here. It can create some kind of energy that's not boss energy. But let me tell you how and see, I always deal with analogies and stories and pictures of that thing. What I realize, and I want y'all to hear me, everybody that's in here, I want you to get this down in your shando, in whatever area, in whatever place that you cover. You may not be a streamer, you may be covering someplace else, but I want you to hear what I'm about to say. Because you are the trend setter, boss energy. In the church realm, they call it the apostolic. But out here in the general realm, I'm gonna call it the trend setter, boss energy. The way I want you to perceive and understand it is that it's just like when you go to a modeling show. You go to the show and you sit down and you watch those models come down the runway, and the whole design of that show and the purpose of that show is so that you can understand. DJ Stacy Blessed One, come through. She's a streamer, y'all follow her. That's my girl. I love you so much. I want you to understand this. When those models come down the runway, they're coming down and showing the designer's creativity. I need y'all to get this all the way down in your shando today so you can keep on creating and don't have not one negative energy in your body. in your mind, in your heart, in your emotions. When you watch that runway and that model comes down that runway, that model is showing the creativity of the designer. It's not intended to just stay on that runway. It's intended for you to sit there and see what the designer created and then take it back to your respective places and replicate it. Oh, and they used the scarf and they did the scarf this way. Oh, and they accessorized that way. Oh, and the color of the season is this color and the color of the season is that color. The whole purpose of the runway and the model is to show what the designer has created in their mind's eye and made it a reality so that they can go back and replicate it. Am I talking to anybody? So at the end of the day, even if I'm gonna just pull Christian Dior, even if I pull a Christian Dior out, I'm not Christian Dior, so it's not ever going to be a Christian Dior, but I can do a good knockoff. Am I talking to anybody? So understand this. The reality is you want, as a designer, you want other people as a model. Let me put that, because if I use this analogy, I'm going to say that God is the designer and he puts that design and that creativity in your mind. Or even if you want to say you're the designer and you have the creativity and you have the vision and you come up with that creativity, you want to model it. You want somebody to model it, and not only model it, but to replicate it, or it's no good. If nobody wants to replicate your stuff, then you are not a designer that anybody's going to seek after if nobody wants to replicate your design. Am I talking to anybody in here? DJ Miss Classy, thank you for raiding. Oh my goodness, y'all. It's a raid. It's a raid. It's a raid, y'all. Come through. Come through. Lord. DJ The Force, I see you. Come on in here. DJ Miss Classy, I see you. She is a streamer, y'all. She's an excellent streamer. And I want y'all to follow her if you're not following her. Please do. Please do. Please do. I see you all, and welcome, Raiders. Come on in the room. But I'm flowing right here. Happy Tuesday to you. So much love, and thank you so much for the raid today. I appreciate you, sis. So much love coming to you. Now listen to what I'm saying. If a designer is creating designs that nobody else wants to replicate, they will not be a featured designer. Did I say something? And so what are you saying, spiritual thought leader? Understand that you are boss energy that's a trendsetter. You are boss energy that's a designer. You are a boss energy that sets the path for others to replicate. Am I talking to anybody? I hope y'all can see that. I hope that you all can see that. And so I begin to understand from this standpoint, y'all, how else is it going to spread? How else is it going to permeate and saturate the energy of the earth if it doesn't get replicated? What we're doing here, what we're experiencing here, what we're enjoying here, what we're sharing here, how we're growing and how we're loving and how we're doing all of this here, baby, it needs to be replicated. Am I talking to anybody? Y'all done got quiet on me over there. Y'all done got real quiet. But at the end of the day, it's also a place that I understand my boss energy. It's also a place that I understand who I am and why I am. And I understand, as I heard Dr. Dady say in the interview that I did with her, I'm a creator. I'll create something else. And when let's look at that. If I even use that analogy that I gave y'all, beloved, I want you to understand this. So when I bring my spring collection for you all to see come down the runway and give you ideas and take it back and replicate it, I want you to understand I've already started on my summer. I've already started on my fall. I've already started on my winter collection because I'm a creator. Am I talking to anybody? Because I'm a creator. I'm a designer. Thank you for hosting the stream, Miss Sexy E. I'm a designer. That's what I do. I design, I create. So I'm not offended when I see my dress walking down the aisle. I'm not offended when I see my pantsuit walking down. I'm not offended when I see my coat walking down the aisle. I'm not offended when I see folk that have accessorized the way that I showed them an idea of how to accessorize. Because at the end of the day, I'm a designer and I'm a creator. We want it to be replicated. Am I talking to anybody in here? Thank you for hosting the stream. One reason. They playing catch up, Mike City, Heinz 57 and catch up. That's what they're doing. And it's okay. It's okay. We've already moved on to the next thing. Do you hear what I'm saying, Mike City? Thank you, DJ Stacy Bless One, for hosting the stream. So I want you to get that down in your shando. Don't get an attitude. Don't get bent out of shape. Don't go through all kind of changes. Just go ahead and know we're designers, we're creators. And when we model, listen, rise, shine, for the light is come and the glory of the Lord is risen on you. Baby, you modeling this glory. Thank you, Keisha Key. I appreciate you, sis. You're modeling this glory. Am I talking to anybody? And if you're an effective model, people will try to imitate and replicate what you've modeled before them. Whew, I need y'all to get that down in your shando. Otherwise, it will rob you of boss energy. Otherwise, it will drain you of strength. Otherwise, it will drain your energy. Am I talking to you? And are you hearing me? I'm a designer. I'm a creator. I'm a trendsetter. I'm apostolic. So I expect repetition, replication. I expect it. Or else I really haven't modeled it like I should have. Because baby, when that model knows how to walk the walk and wear that design, and it's put and it's ultimately styled at its finest, baby, that's the look everybody wants. That's the look everybody wants to have. That's the look everybody's looking for. You hear me, Mike City? You hear me? That is the energy I need you to come with, Mike City. Set the trend. Set the trend and let them follow. And don't be upset because you're going to create the next trend and the next and the next and the next and the next. Because you're a designer. You're a creator. Come through, Miss Sexy E. You're a creator. And you modeled that thing so people want it. I need y'all to hear that. And if it's a good thing, let it be. So I want you, I want you to get that down in your shando. Don't let that pull you out of your boss energy. And why did I come here? Because listen, and I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna get out of here because I think I'm already over, y'all. I'm already over. This year, my guiding light is to the pure. All things are pure. And my guiding light is I'm constantly doing introspection to make sure my heart is pure, to make sure my mind is pure, to make sure my intentions are pure, to make sure, because listen, I'm gonna use this, and I use analogies and stories. I don't know if they help you or not, but I hope so. My mother used to make and was known for what she called Jello, lemon Jello cake. And it was a creation that she just made up. And I'm telling you, people would almost break the doors down for lemon Jello cake. But let me tell you what about lemon Jello cake. Lemon Jello cake, in the recipe, it called for extract and butter. So I want you to understand, because I'm talking about being pure. I'm talking about keeping it pure, staying pure. Lemon Jello cake in Anna Marie's recipe. DJ Leo the Great, thank you so much for subbing. I love you. Thank you for the resub. This brother is a streamer. Y'all go out there and follow him. He's powerful, powerful, powerful. Thank you for coming in today. And this is what I want you to understand about the lemon jello cake recipe of Anna Marie. It had to have pure vanilla extract and it had to have real butter. Now, you know you can get the imitation vanilla extract and you know you can get margarine, but to get the taste, that premium taste that made it what it was, and pure lemon for the flavoring, it had to be pure. And I tell you what, so I can go out and get as close to it as I can with the imitation vanilla extract. I can get as close to it as I can with the pure lemon flavoring. I can get as close to it as I can with the margarine. I can't believe it's not butter. I can do all of that if I want to, but I promise you it's going to change the end product because it's not dealing with pure ingredients. Am I talking to anybody? And so this is a place right now. This is a season. This is a time. This is where, listen, if you encounter spiritual thought leader, I want you to experience me with pure vanilla extract, pure and genuine real butter, pure lemon flavoring. Because even though you can make that cake and it can taste good, it's still not going to taste like it did or could if you use pure ingredients. Am I talking to anybody? You may pay a little bit less for the imitation that can get you awful close, but you're still not going to get to Anna Marie's lemon jello cake because it is nothing but pure up in there. And I want you to, as you understand the world right now, your creative energy, that's what's going to move the energy. But they're also tasting you. They're also, what kind of flavor is Mike City? What kind of flavor is Shelby Nicole Cosplay? What kind of flavor is Crazy Berrytown? DJ Leo the Great. What kind of flavor is DJ Miss Classy? What kind of flavor? And it's good. But imitation vanilla extract, imitation lemon flavoring, and margarine is still not going to get you the same flavor. And that's where I want you all to get to this idea. Mach 522, come through, come through. I'm so glad to have you with us on today in the Lion's Den. Welcome, 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 and so much love to you. This is the thing that we got to understand. The world is tasting us. They're trying to see what kind of flavor we got. Mike City, you got flavor. Rebel Inc., you got flavor. DJ Miss Classy, you got flavor. DJ Leo the Great, Crazy Bear, all of y'all, Stacy Blessed One, y'all have flavor. Make sure you're an acquired taste, and I feel you on that. I feel you on that, DJ Leo the Great. And this is something people have to understand, that at the end of the day, if we don't come pure, we can get close to it. We can get close to it, but it's still not going to taste the same. It's not going to be that premium quality taste that it's known for. And yes, in some instances, just like DJ Leo the Great, you may be an acquired taste, and that's good. That's fine. That's perfect. Because everybody can't handle you. Don't you dummy down and don't you change it up. It's an acquired taste. So listen, everybody can't gobble up caviar. Some folks spitting it out. Ooh, that was nasty. You just spit out my $500. You better bend down there and lap that back up. What you doing? That's my $500 on the floor. That's nasty. Baby, I'm trying to tell you. Hi, I'm Lex. Come on in here. Welcome to you this morning. Listen, you better bend over, lap that caviar up and swallow. I don't care. You don't even have to chew, but swallow. That's my $500 on the floor. It's an acquired taste. Am I talking to anybody? And the cheaper it is, the nastier it might be. Oh, I need y'all to get that down in your shondo. And some things that are higher quality, high end, top shelf, it is an acquired taste. I'm going to say this and I'm going to get out. But I never forget, I took some little girls and they had not been to a restaurant and we were just having a good time out. I took him to an authentic, I mean, the best in the city, authentic Mexican restaurant. Went in and ordered the stuff, and they ordered all the stuff that they saw on the menu that they were familiar with, names and words that they knew. Oh yeah, I want an enchilada. Oh yeah, I want a taco. Oh yeah, I want a burrito. Yeah, they got all the, and baby, when they came out and they got the authentic, do you not know that them little $15-$20 plates per a piece that I paid for, those babies looked at me and said, we want Taco Bell. What? They said, we want Taco Bell. This doesn't taste right. Oh, you got, this ain't Taco Bell. One reason what you thought, this ain't no Taco Bell. They wanted to run for the border. You got $20 authentic plates sitting in front of you, and this was several years ago, y'all. You got authentic plates sitting in front of you, and you talking about you want some Taco Bell? It tastes better at Taco Bell? It's an acquired taste. And if you are used to the cheap stuff, you don't know the real when you get it, how to handle it. So I love that you said that, DJ Leo the Great, because listen, some people don't know anything about quality. They don't have any idea about quality. Come through, Bisa Bop. They don't know anything about quality. And so this is the thing though, just because you as the consumer don't know about quality, don't ask me to lessen and decrease who I am. I'm not going to make myself small so it can be palatable to you. Did I say anything today? I hope y'all hear me today. I'm ready to get up out of here, but I hope. Yes, Bisa Bop, thank you for coming in. I'm so glad to see you. I need you out. This ain't no Taco Bell. This ain't no Taco Bell. Stop treating yourself like Taco Bell. Stop operating like Taco Bell. And some of us, it may be a matter of you may have to go and I'm going to use the word market to a whole different audience. You may not have found your audience yet, but don't decrease. Don't make yourself small. Don't do less than, because this right here is not your audience. Your audience is out there. You just got to find them. You just got to connect. More times than not, they need to know that you even exist. Am I talk? Come through, King Kuji. Listen, no. No Cuero, Taco Bell, Shelly Thunder. This ain't no Taco Bell. Don't change for someone else's comfort level if it's not within your own comfort level. And with that, operate in authenticity. And Michelle, you hit the nail on the head. Let me tell you what's gonna make you who the universe, who God intended for you to be, when you come into your divine authenticity. When you come into the divine you, that's when everything starts to burst wide open for you. When you come into the divine you, show them who you are, T'Challa. That's when, I'm telling you, eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, it hasn't even entered into your heart, the good things that's getting ready to jump off for you. Boss energy and creativity. Stick with it. I've said all I got more down in my shondo, but I got to quit. Listen, I love every last one of you. Again, I want to thank you for the raid, DJ Classy. I appreciate you so much. She is an awesome streamer. I really want you all to be a blessing to her and follow her, subscribe to her if you haven't already. All the streamers that are in here, if you would put a 1 in the chat, or you can put your information in the chat for that matter. And I want you all to really, really follow them. This is the year of manifestation. Walk in it. Absolutely. Absolutely, Shelly Thunder. And I tell you what, boss energy all day long, boss energy until you go to the next plane, boss energy, boss energy, boss energy, and nothing less, nothing less, nothing less. Now, I don't know, we're going to raid somebody. We'll get up out of here. I see you, DJ Leo the Great. I see you, DJ Miss Classy, Miss Sexy E. Thank you so much to all of the streamers. I'm always honored when you come in the Lion's Den and share with us. I appreciate you. Come through one reason. This is my brother. He has been nothing but love, love, love to me my whole existence and the time that we've known each other on Twitch. I appreciate you, sir. Crazy Berrytown. Crazy Berrytown is my girl. She just is. I love this sister because there's an anointing on her in her genuine, this is me way that just transforms. She's transformative. You can't encounter Crazy Berrytown without being transformed. She's just that kind of person. Truck driver, you know I love you. You know I love you. Listen, this word day. Come on, DJ Stacy Bless One. That's my girl too. I love her. If you're not following her, she is a streamer. Mike City, you gave us the word for the day. You gave us the word for the day. And that's what I love about the conversation that you all share when we're in here, because you may drop a nugget that sends me on a whole nother trajectory, because this isn't where I was trying to go. This is just where that word, Mike City, dropped on us, man. And this is where the train went. I love you guys. Copy that raid train message if you would. We're going to get up out of here. I love every last one of you, even though I may not call everybody's name. And please know, I don't call names or not call names because of level of importance to me. Everybody in this stream is important to me. And I got those I know I can talk to a certain way and I don't have to worry about how they take it. Or, some folk you kind of got to tiptoe a little bit and I can play with them. I can clown, I can act up, I can cut up, and I know they still gonna love me and know spiritual thought leader is mad love, in love with them. KB Browns is in the house. You late to the party, but it's never too late. Listen, sir, I want to encourage you in 2022, walk in your boss energy. And I'm gonna say this as we get up out of here. I'm not a natural being having a spiritual experience. I am a spiritual being having a natural experience, and I insist I'm not just gonna have an experience. I'm gonna have that experience in boss energy. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Now we got to get up out of here, cheerings. We got to get up out of here. Well, I feel for my brother and I feel for my sister. This has been the first edition of Yes You O Cubed one-on-one, just me and you here in the year 2022. I hope this has blessed you on today. Again, I gotta say thank you to everybody that endured that first hour of my studio side piece cutting up, and you came back anyway. I appreciate you so much. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And with that, we getting out of here, y'all. I want you to know I'm out here, y'all. I am. Mike City said I'm everywhere. I'm even in your house. I want you to follow me out here so you can see me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Patreon, Twitter, Twitch, Anchor, Discord, and more. Yes, as Mike said, I'm in your house. I want you to get that mantra in this year. I am all powerful in love. I need you to be clear on that first and foremost with yourself. You don't have a spirit of intimidation. You don't have a spirit of fear. You have power. You have love. You have a sound mind. Get that down in your shondo, because God's getting ready to do something with you. It's already happening. I want you to not just talk about change. I need you to be the change. And at the end of the day, it's us, you, me, we all. And I want to appreciate everybody that was in on that hype train. You never have to do it, but you did. I appreciate you so, so, so much. I just want you to know that. And to my moderators, I have the best moderators in the world. Y'all just my babies, and you do that every time we get together. Y'all just let your love flow in the Lion's Den. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you for coming in here. Thank you, DJ Stacy Bless One, Uncle Diddy, MCP812, Auntie Diddy. Y'all, I appreciate you for those biddies and the cheers. Y'all just blessed my whole life. I know you didn't have to do it, but thank you that you did. Michelle Browno, that's my girl. The Rebel Inc. and Shelly Thunder. The Three Musketeers, they don't play, they cover me, and I love them. Mac 522, thank you so much for following on today. Mac 522, I appreciate appreciate you. For the re-ups and the resubs, King Coogee, Auntie Diddy, Truck Driver 57, and DJ Leo the Great, I appreciate y'all. And listen, I appreciate you getting the stream out there by hosting this. Lady T, Mike City, Angel Eyes 2005, Royal Confessions, Tall Pumps, MCP 812, Miss Sexy E, something about that name, I just like it. BTD Mom, One Reason, Crazy Berrytown, DJ Stacy Bless One, Shelly Thunder, Keisha Key, 36, Uncle Diddy, I appreciate you. And again, DJ Miss Classy Girl, listen, I just don't even know what to say about you. You all that and a bag of chips, I appreciate that. Now listen, I'm gonna say it every day if I remember to say it, and that is, I am a spiritual being having a natural experience, and I do it with boss energy. Peace for your journey. I love y'all.